What's up, guys? Welcome back to Inside Out Precision. Little different setting today, as you can probably tell, and that is because I'm at my buddy Terry's little homemade archery shop here, and I get a ton of questions on with people wondering, you know, what do they need, like what are the basic things they need to work on their own equipment at home. And Terry, in my mind, has pretty much the perfect little setup here. It's in a 16 by 12 building. That's by design because in the city of Eugene, anything 200 square feet or larger, you have to get a permit to build. And I think this comes in at like 196 square feet. So, you know, pretty negligible in terms of space difference, but you don't need a permit. So you can just slap one of these sheds up and build yourself a little archery workshop if you have the space to do it. Super well organized in here. He's got literally everything you would need in terms of, you know, he's kind of got it broken down into sections. So we got a press and the tools for that over here. We got a little tuning station. My camera's actually sitting on the target that he shoots into. He's got a wall where he's hanging his bows and he's got his arrows organized over here. And then back behind me here, he's got like an arrow building station. And then he's got a really cool kind of do-it-yourself, like homemade target outside that he basically built, you know, for pennies on the dollar from Harbor Freight. So we'll show you that at the end. But I think it's a good example in here of like, you don't need an entire garage full of stuff to work on your equipment. You know, if you got a little bit of space, you can get all this stuff in here, keep it organized, and do anything you need to do. Another really cool thing is he was super generous and he actually made a list of everything that you're going to see in the video today and what it retails for. So I'll take a picture of that at the end of this and post it, but I'm also going to post it to my Instagram page. So inside_out_precision. If you head over there, by the time this video airs, that post will be up. So if you need to reference anything on here, you can go there, you can see the cost, who makes it, all that stuff. So that will be very helpful, you know, when you're trying to build this. Now, like I said, everything is on there as full retail price, but Terry found a lot of this stuff online on like Archery Talk and Craigslist and, you know, secondhand stuff that has barely been used, but he was able to pick it up for, you know, a lot cheaper than you'd pay full retail. So definitely not probably as expensive as you would think to get outfitted to do this on your own. So let's kind of get started here. So okay, grab the camera. So we're gonna start over here at the tuning station, or not tuning station, the press station. So this is the Easy Green press. It's from Last Chance Archery. This one is just the hand crank model. At the shop we use Last Chance presses as well, but we use the power press, and that's just because we go in and out of so many different bows. But if you're only working on one or two bows at your home, the hand crank is more than enough and it saves you some money. This is like the same kit that Last Chance sells with their press. It's basically, you know, stuff you need to work on your bow. So, you know, it's got a little pick for your D-loop and getting in the axles. These are just Easton D-loop pliers right there. You know, lighter for burning serving off, a couple of Sharpies, some screwdrivers, a bunch of Allen wrenches. Like I said, Last Chance, sorry, trying to do this without pressing a bunch of buttons. Last Chance sells that, but Terry basically just went online and looked at what came in that kit and then went to Harbor Freight and bought it for like half. So pretty sweet system there. Again, all the stuff will be on that page I show you. Over here, he's got his little tuning station. So this right here, that's an OMP bow vise. They're great. They hold the bow really well. You can, you know, angle it different ways. So when you're setting the axis on your sight, you can easily get that bow leveled up and hold it securely while you set the axis. He's actually been doing a little bit of tuning on this RX4 here. You can see he's got his little arrow level on there. And then he's got his paper set up right here. This is a super simple setup. It's just some PVC on some threads that's bolted into his cabinet there, top and bottom. Puts the butcher paper roll on top, clamps it at the bottom. You know, that paper, it could be a little tighter right now, but you know, that'll keep that paper nice and taut while you're shooting through it. And then the little target that my camera was just on, sitting back here. Again, you can see, you know, this hardly takes up any space at all. And it's easily movable. So he's got the the target on these little pegboard hooks, and then he just bungees it at the top. So if he needs to move this to get into his cabinets right here, he can easily do that. Back behind me here, we have his bows, his arrows. Down here, he's got them all organized. Terry's a tinkerer. He likes to play with his arrows, so he's you'll see that over here on his table in a sec here. But he's always messing with stuff, so he's got all his stuff on the wall there. We'll come over to here, and this is like his whole arrow tuning station. So we'll kind of go over some of this stuff. So you can see here, he's got a lot of arrow building components. So a bunch of vanes, more vanes. Gotta have the Q-tips. Gotta clean the insides of those shafts. You know, in here he's got alcohol wipes to clean the arrow shafts, bunch of different inserts. This is a Easton bow square. This is a spine finder and kind of like straightness tester. So you put the arrow on these little rollers here, and when you roll it, it will show you where that weak and stiff spine is on your arrow. He's got his spinner right here, so when he gets his broadhead squared up, he can make sure that everything's spinning right. This is a little brush kit that actually comes with the Last Chance saw, but he already had a saw, so he just called Last Chance, and they actually sold him just that little portion. And basically what these are going to do is, you know, if you pull an insert out of an arrow, that residual glue in there, if you leave that in there when you go to put the new insert in, it's going to cause all kinds of issues. It'll probably most likely get stuck. So you know, using these little brushes here, you can get that in the end of the shaft and really just clean out any residual glue that's in there. Continuing here, he's got his arrow square. That's made by G5. He's got it mounted to this little wood block here so it doesn't move around. He's got his OMP weight, like arrow weight scale, which you got to have if you're building stuff. Here he's got a bunch of different arrow builds that he's messing with. You know, there's different point weights, different inserts, vanes, all that. He's got a bunch of different wraps back here. So this company, this Whitewater Archery, they're kind of cool. So they've got like 1,000 different options of wraps you can choose from, and you get, it's $15 and you get 15 wraps. So if you shoot, you know, you're shooting, you ding a couple up, you have extras. You don't have to go buy a whole new pack to fix like 1 or 2 arrows. Whereas like the boning ones, I think are like 18 or 20 bucks, and you only get 13 wraps. He has these little neoprene pads here, you know, for putting wraps on his arrows. Some stick-on targets. These are actually pretty cool. They're made by Whitewater again. So this is basically like the size of an average 10 ring on like a 3D target. And then these orange dots, that would be like your center 12, you know, lower 12 and upper 12. So you can put those on your 3D targets and actually have something to aim at. And they just stick right on there. So again, Whitewater Archery making that. Up on top here, you can see in here he's got his little, he's got his serving machine. This is a super handy tool. That's made by Last Chance. That's your, you know, it's going to tell you your draw weight as well as your holding weight. So that's really, really important. Again, Harbor Freight coming through with the Allen sets, you know, super well organized. And then he's got all, I think I already went over this, but all his inserts to play around with. So lots of cool stuff there. I mean, you can do, like I said, pretty much anything from building your own arrows. You know, if you got to replace strings, you got your press, you can tune. And then outside here, I think this is pretty crafty. Come through here. So this is the target that I was talking about. So this is basically like Reinhardt makes that like Rhino block or brick or whatever. I mean, it's just layered foam. Well, again, Terry went to Harbor Freight, and this is basically, it's actually like padded flooring. And you can buy it in giant sheets and then cut it however you want. And then he just built this awesome little stand where he can compress it down together so it's not moving anywhere. So he can come out here and do, you know, blank bail. Like he can stand back there and shoot and do his walk back tuning, if you so choose. That's what that yellow line on there is for. And just an awesome homemade target. I mean, that Rhino block thing is like insanely expensive, and I think he said that cost him like 35 bucks to build. I'm not as handy as Terry, so I might have to hire somebody to build that for me. Yeah, but then in his backyard, he's got a couple 3D targets over here. He's got a few more set up over there. And yeah, it's just like, it's a perfect little like do-it-yourself shop. I would totally build one, but working at the bow rack, you know, anything I need to do, I can just drive 10 minutes and be there anytime I need. So I hope this video gives you guys like a pretty good idea of what you might need. It's really not as complicated as you might think to work on all your stuff. I think I'm gonna actually start doing like a little tuning series where, you know, I'll tune like a Matthews one week, I'll tune a Hoyt next week, I'll tune a PSE the next week, Prime, whatever, any bow I can get my hand on. So if you're curious on how to tune your bow, you'll have a reference for that. You'll know what to buy in order to do it. And yeah, maybe save yourself a few dollars, you know, going to your pro shop. I totally understand this is not for everybody. Not everybody has the time to do this. That's why pro shops exist, because, you know, you can drop it off, come back, and poof, it's ready to go. But anyway, hope you guys like this video. Please remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us out. Oh, head on over to InsideOutPrecision.com. Get yourself some merch. We got all sorts of stuff on there, you know, hats, hoodies, cell phone cases, mugs, beanies, crew necks, whatever. We really appreciate all the support and business. So hope you guys had a good day today. It's Friday, so I'm gonna go home and go to the gym and yeah, get ready for the weekend. So thanks for watching. Remember, precision is a decision. Keep them in the middle, and I'll see you on the range.